Life doesn't always go the way we plan. Sometimes things fall apart all at once. A job is lost. A relationship breaks. Health fails. Prayers seem to go unanswered. In moments like these, faith can feel fragile. We may ask ourselves, "Where is God?" Or, "Why is this happening to me?" The Bible doesn't avoid these questions. In fact, one of the most powerful stories about faith during hardship is the story of a man named Job. Job was known as a good man. He tried to live the right way. He respected God and avoided doing evil. He had a family he loved, a successful life, and peace in his home. From the outside, Job's life looked blessed and secure. But without warning, everything changed. In a very short time, Job lost his wealth. His livestock were gone. His servants were killed. Then the worst news of all came. His children were gone. Everything he had worked for disappeared in a moment. As if that pain wasn't enough, Job's health failed too. Painful sores covered his body. He sat alone, broken, exhausted, and grieving. Job had done nothing to deserve this suffering, and that made it even harder to understand. Friends came to visit him, hoping to comfort him. At first they sat silently with him, sharing his pain. But after a while they began to speak. They told Job that his suffering must be his fault. They believed that God only allowed bad things to happen to people who had done something wrong. But Job knew that wasn't true. He cried out to God. He asked hard questions. He expressed his pain, his confusion, and his heartbreak. Job said things like, "Why was I born? And why does God seem silent?" He didn't hide how deeply he was hurting. And this is important to understand. God did not reject Job for asking these questions. Job never stopped believing in God, even though he didn't understand what was happening. His faith was honest, not fake. Faith during hardship does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means choosing to keep turning toward God, even when you feel confused, disappointed, or exhausted. In the middle of his suffering, Job makes a powerful statement. He says, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." In simple words, Job was saying, even if I don't understand God's plan, even if this pain continues, I will still trust him. That kind of faith is not weak. It is brave, it is deep, it is real. Job didn't have answers, but he chose trust instead of bitterness. He chose faith instead of walking away. Eventually, God speaks to Job. God doesn't give him a detailed explanation for his suffering. Instead, he gives Job a new perspective. God reminds him that he sees the whole picture, while humans see only a small part. God shows that his wisdom is greater than human understanding, and that his power is not limited by pain or chaos. Job realizes something important. God was never absent. God was never careless. God was still in control, even during the silence. Job responds with humility and renewed trust. In time, God restores Job's life. His health returns. He finds joy again. His future is rebuilt. But the most important part of the story isn't just the blessing at the end. The real victory happened in the middle of the pain. Job's faith mattered before the restoration came. His trust mattered when nothing made sense. He stayed faithful when life was at its hardest. Maybe today, you feel like Job. You're doing your best, but life still hurts. You're praying, but answers feel far away. You're tired and your faith feels heavy. The story of Job reminds us that faith during hardship does not mean having all the answers. It means holding on, even when your hands are shaking. It means trusting God one step at a time. God sees what you're going through. He is not offended by your tears or your questions. He is close to the broken-hearted, even when it feels like He's silent. And even when you can't see it, God is still working. He is still present. He is still faithful. So don't give up. Keep trusting. Keep hoping. Keep believing. Because the same God who carried Job through the storm is walking with you right now.